going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I am joined by one of Connecticut's own, training under the notorious one, not Conor McGregor, but the notorious Nick Newell. We got Justin Sumter joining us here today. What's going on, Justin? How you doing?
Really good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. It's really been a long time coming. Getting right into the meat and potatoes of things. You train along with Nick Newell, who, everyone on this show knows who Nick Newell is. What's your relationship with Nick? How long do you guys go back?
For about 2 years. I moved up here to Connecticut, and, before I moved, I lived up in, I lived down in Georgia. And I saw Nick for a while now, I was a big fan of his accomplishments. And, just how things happen. I had my first fight in Bellator. I lost that. And then Nick just opened a school, literally right down the street. I can literally almost, I got a good arm. I can throw a football at his gym. And, eager to kind of improve my game, I went there and never looked back since.
And that's in West Haven, Connecticut, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, just to catch everybody up, I did an interview recently at Andrew Calandrelli's gym. So, just to get everybody up on the lineage, Nick trained with Andrew Calandrelli, in high school, and then, Nick opened up his own gym in West Haven and started bringing kids in under his own wing. And I remember, it wasn't that long ago, man, that I was at Reality Fighting, and there's Nick in the middle of the ring, helping younger fighters come up, and he was kind of taking a step aside. And now, Dana White is giving him the chance to be on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. But not only that, you're also going to be on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. So what's the vibe at the gym like?
Well, it's definitely high energy. We have a couple guys having a fight here in the next month or so, and me and Nick are just pushing away and that grind. The good thing about our gym is no matter if you're starting out or you've been doing it for a while, the family environment that we have there kind of pushes everyone to the next level, and that's just driving me and him to achieve our goals and ultimately achieve the goals of the people at the gym. So everybody's just full cylinders, ready to go and have FAA take over the world. So
who else is training at that gym? I can't really remember some of the guys there, but I've watched a lot of them fight at Reality Fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have Joe Mikulinski, we have Arslan, I forget his name. He's from Uzbekistan. Real good guy. What's his name? Arslan. It's really hard to pronounce. I don't want to slaughter it over the internet, but we have Arslan. We have Eddie George. He's just about to fight next weekend. And just a lot of guys that are eager to step in the cage. And
you know what, man? You fight for CES, and I was looking forward to CES 50. Are you still going to be on that card, or is that card off? Because similar to Matt Bissett, who was supposed to headline a CES card, and then he got called up. So are you off of CES 50 because your opponent, Ron, the choir boy, he's been on my show before. He's a veteran, man. That would have been a good fight for you.
Well, yeah, I was so pumped for that fight, but we had a UFC clause in our contract, so we're able to kind of get at it. But I was looking at that fight, and that's a big name, especially in MMA, and he was in the UFC where I want to be, and if I would have beat him, I would have felt comfortable with taking that shot in the UFC. But I guess the UFC wants me to prove in front of them that I belong there. So it's kind of not to say it's the same situation, but a little bit more hype behind this one. Stepping in the Ultimate Fighter gym and fighting in front of Dana White and Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard is pretty cool.
Just to let everybody know that's listening or watching, it's going to be on week 7 of season 2 of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, which will this season continue to be on UFC Fight Pass. We're not sure what's going on next season, if it's going to be on like ESPN Plus, but we'll keep everybody updated. But as for right now, I'm going to have Nolan King on, and we're going to be like reviewing the season, man. Week 7, you're going to be fighting Ian Heinisch, who's 10-1. You're 6-1. What do you know about your opponent? Besides that, he's from Colorado, an LFA guy.
Yeah, I know he's an explosive, well-rounded fighter. I'm a big fan of his. Ever since he dropped on the LFA scene, I definitely followed him. I think our styles match up pretty well. I think my wrestling and my striking kind of plays hand into his striking and wrestling. I think that what's probably going to be the deciding factor is the grappling. Who can get the better hand of the grappling. I think I have it. But it's definitely a great match, and I'm really pleased to be able to fight someone like him in front of the world and to showcase my skills.
In a nutshell, really, he's a KO guy and you're a submission guy. Like you said, the grappling, that's going to be interesting to see the grappling. One thing I like about watching you fight is you get it done quick. Like, you have a bunch of first round finishes going down in the first 30 seconds or, the first round. Do you anticipate this one being exciting? Because, just because it's on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series doesn't mean you're promised a contract. I'm not saying you have to be flashy or anything, do what got you to the dance, but this is what got you to the dance. You're kind of a quick submission guy. Is that how you see it going?
Well, you know what I mean? I can't really, we got some stuff where we're drawing up,
Yeah.
To kind of bring to the table, but, he's a fast, explosive guy, and I'm quick, witty, and ready to, take the fight wherever it goes. If it's a quick one, hopefully it's a quick one where, I get in and get out and, show that, I'm a spectacular finisher and I go in there to finish fight so I can get that contract. But, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket and trying to, force something that's not there. So kind of just take it as it comes, and if I see the finish and able to take it, I will.
And not only that, but his one loss is by submission not too long ago, which happened in the first round. So, I'm not trying to pet you or anything there, but with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in the first round. That would be exactly what it.
Yeah, I see. Definitely been doing my studying and looking at it in his openings, and definitely seen some things that kind of sparked my interest. So, to say that it won't end in the first round, I wouldn't say that, but definitely comes into my wheelhouse. Him stepping in the cage against me.
You're on a 6-fight win streak. You've been fighting for about 7 years. Did you think it would come this soon? To kind of get that shot? I mean, this is pretty similar to an ultimate, being on the Ultimate Fighter or something. I mean, it's in the same freaking gym.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better than Ultimate Fighter because Ultimate Fighter is you go in a house and you have to fight every other week to kind of prove that you belong there, and then
and it's not live.
And it's not live. So,
yeah.
This is just one time where, if I go in there, Matt Bissett didn't really have a good showing, but, a lot of people saw him, and he was, he showed that he did have the guts to step in there, and, now he's in the UFC, even though he lost. So, it's a good platform for guys trying to come up and to kind of, state their claim on the MMA world. So,
were you a little surprised that your coach Nick Newell is going to be on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series? Because I've been asking a bunch of guys about this because Nick is more of an experienced guy compared to who we usually saw on season 1 of season 1 of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, where a lot of the guys were like you, 6 fights, 5 fights. Nick has 14, 15 fights.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of I think he just deserves to be in there, but he doesn't want to hand out, and them giving him the opportunity to step out there and fight and prove that he belongs there. It's kind of bittersweet where, he deserved to be there already. They should recognize that, but hey, I mean, it's the nature of the beast, and they want to see him perform, and once he performs, he's definitely going to show that he belongs in there, and they're just going to give him the nod he so deserves.
You would know better than anybody, really, besides Nick Newell himself. But like I was saying at the beginning of this interview, I saw him in the ring. He was trying to help his up and coming fighters. What do you think inspired him to get back in there and get that fight against Luque at LFA not too long ago? Because he walked away from the game. That was a weird moment when Nick walked away after the Justin fight, because he did pretty well in that first round. I mean, that was a good fight. That's the only guy he's lost to. So what kind of inspired him to come back?
Well, I mean, he just his mentality. I mean, he's a fighter, a hard-nosed fighter, where he wants to go in there and perform. Before he had everything situated for him, having the gym, having his family, having the new baby on the way, like all that stuff now is set, and he doesn't have to worry about that. He has a good gym, has the clientele that he needs to kind of keep his business going, and now he can just focus on fighting, something that he loves to do, something that he has a passion for, and having a passion for something, and you're able to put all your energy in it, or you're definitely able to see his charisma, his strength, and his determination every time he steps in the cage, and you're definitely going to see it when he steps in for the Contender series.
And how are you guys doing with your weight cuts? Like, what's your guys' routine with that? Do you guys have a nutritionist, and what's your views on weight gain? Like, all right, let me ask you this, so it's not a two-part question. This past weekend we saw Darren Till and Molly come in overweight. Now, if your opponent shows up overweight, especially 4 pounds overweight, how do you handle that situation? What are your thoughts? Should that fight be allowed to go on? What's your thoughts on all these weight cutting controversies?
Well, I mean, like, one is that shows their commitment to the sport. I mean, like, as soon as you sign that contract, that you have a set amount of weight you need to be. You know what I mean? And if you don't plan accordingly, you're kind of irresponsible. And it shows it kind of shows one that people need to kind of choose their weight class they're comfortable with, and not try to kind of kill themselves. Like, I've been cutting weight ever since I was in high school. So that's like 15 plus years, and I have been I've only missed weight one time, and that was because it was, I was just doing it stupid. But now I have it down to where, when I walk around at 210, and, fight week I'm 195 pounds, and day of the weigh-ins I'm 186 pounds. So I have a set schedule, a set thing that I do that works for my body. And, also people need to one, do a mock cut, a weight cut, or something beforehand so they know what they're going to go into, how their body reacts, and so, they can be a professional in a professional sport.
Well, especially in the UFC, do you think that giving 20% or 30% to your opponent is enough? I mean, it's such an advantage. Like, tell listeners how big of an advantage it is if a guy comes in overweight for you.
Well, I mean, like, you have to think, like, when you deplete your body needs an adequate amount of time to rehydrate, to replenish all your cells, replenish all your muscles, to get the natural amount back in them. So if you're coming in 3 pounds heavier than your opponent and you didn't have to cut that weight, that's like you're cutting that time in half. So essentially you have an extra life in a boss battle, and that extra life could mean that you win, or it could mean nothing. But it's just an advantage that if your opponent, if he would have took the 3 pounds, he would definitely take the 3 pounds. So, I mean, you have to think about what you're doing and make sure you're responsible enough to step in there with that mentality of I will make that weight, because I am a man of my word, a woman of my word, and I'm held to a higher standard than just a piece of paper.
I can tell that you fight under Nick Newell just because you made a video game reference. I can totally tell. Nick's a big fan of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like. Are you a big fan of video games and did you grow up on Power Rangers like the rest of us? Because you're the same age as me.
Yeah, I mean, the Power Rangers, that was, well, like, Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Naruto, that's a little bit more recent, but, you know, definitely, I'm a big anime junkie, you know. Definitely like One Punch Man,
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of other ones, so.
Yeah, that's a big thing that I think a lot of people are surprised about because, you know, in 2005, 2006, like when the jocks were learning about, you know, when I played football in high school, I was like a jock, but at the same time, I watched that stuff. And my friends would be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, you guys don't understand. This is so badass. I mean, we grew up watching Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles. That was kind of like the evolution for us, like the anime and all that. And it's fun to watch. And it's kind of cool to listen to the fighters kind of geek out on. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja. Like, I had Nick on last year. He was talking about his movie, which, by the way, what's up with the Nick Newell movie? Because that's kind of how I thought the reason was for him to come back, because they needed a perfect ending to that movie. And what better way to end a movie? It's a Disney ending. If Nick Newell does return, gets the win, goes to the UFC, and then gets that one loss that he has back. I think that would be the ending to the perfect movie for Nick. And it's the same guy who's doing 10, or who did 10 Cloverfield Lane. I mean, it's a high budget movie, if you ask me, like a good director and everything. So, what's up with the movie? Is that still booked, or what's? Do you know anything?
Well, yeah, I don't really know. Like, I remember it was a big buzz about it, and then, you know, I mean, everybody was talking about it, and then it kind of fizzled out. So I'm not sure. I know kind of what I think the director took a little bit of liberties or something, you know, kind of fluffed up the story a little bit. That's, you know, something from what Nick told me, but other than that, I haven't really heard that much about it anymore.
Either way, like, just to know Nick's stories is so inspirational, and you even said it. There's a quote of you saying, "Nick showed me what it really means to be a fighter."
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, cause, you know, like, he doesn't take it as you know, a disability, because, you know, I mean, he was born with it, so, you know, I mean, he had to cope with it, and, you know, and that's ultimately like a moral and a kind of set way of life everyone should live by. You know what I mean? Everyone is dealt, like he has this phrase, that everyone's dealt a deck of cards, just depending on how you use them. So it's kind of, you know, his story is good for, you know, everybody, regardless of, you know, if you have a disability or whatever you call it. You know, you're dealt a certain hand of cards, and it depends on you how you look at those cards and how you use them. So.
Before we let you go, man, CBD water. I saw that you're all about CBD water. Now, the people out there that don't know what CBD is, they have no idea. Can you kind of explain what it is and how it helps you guys as athletes?
Well, CBD is good. It's cannabinoidal. I forget how
It's from the cannabis plant, but it counteracts the actual THC. So it doesn't get you high. It actually, if you are high, you take CBD, you get less high.
Well, like, what it is they extract it from the hemp plant, and like there's some CBDs that have THC. Being a fire, you have to kind of be wary of that, because there's certain levels that you can't have. I know they changed them recently, but there's certain levels you can't have them, or you'll be flagged by USADA. But what it does is it helps with just about, if you can think about it, it helps with it, you know what I mean? I use it for pure inflammation, you know, and I drink probably a gallon of water a day, and probably about 1/4 of that gallon has CBD in it. And, you know, it just keeps the inflammation down, it helps me sleep better, it helps with stress, and there's a different variety they mix them with essential oils, so, you know, if someone has anxiety problems or something like that, it helps you kind of calm you down and help ease your mood. So, you know, I mean, it's very good. I wish they, you know, kind of went to the market with it, because, you know, it's way better than pharmaceutical drugs. You know, so and it, you know, it doesn't get you hooked on it to where the point of, you know, you can't survive unless you have it. So it's a pretty good product.
You know, Nick is actually really close with like Rumble Johnson, and Rumble Johnson when he got out of the UFC, he was talking about opening up something along the lines of marijuana pharmacy or something like that, or cannabis CBD, because it also helps with like CTE and stuff like that as well, or marijuana does at least. And I think it's awesome that you guys are breaking through as athletes to be able to use this, and I think it's awesome that people are being educated on what it is and not being shy away from it and being like, I need to stay away from that. And just to give a shout out to the guys that you drink, it's at Redwood Coast Water Co., correct?
Yes, Redwood Coast. And so it's a humble known product. Humboldt's I guess the area that they are from. Really good guys and girls that work there, and they're pretty cool. And you know what I mean. I gave them a shout, and they were willing to help me out and fuel me for my current fight and the fights to come. So I'm really glad to have those guys on my side.
Justin, I cannot wait to see this season of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders. Week 7, guys, it's going down. What week is Nick going down? Is it on the earlier weeks or?
Yeah, it's the 6th.
Okay, so it's the week right before you. It's going to be an amazing season, guys. We have a lot to look forward to. We're going to have Nolan King come on to break down some of the fighters that are going to come on this season, some of the guys that you're going to see. And it's so exciting seeing some people from CT representing, man. So we're going to be rooting for you, brother. So thank you so much for coming on Pure Evil MMA. We wish you best of skill.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
There you go, guys. Justin the Fort Sumter joining me, 6-1, middleweight, week 7 of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Training, I could literally drive there in about 10 minutes. That's how close he is. It's awesome getting these interviews with a lot of local guys. So my fingers are crossed. Of course, I try not to be biased when looking forward to these fights. And his opponent, let's give him a shout out. Ian Heinisch, that's Heinisch. Man, and he has a 10-1 record. Guy's a knockout artist, let me tell you. He's 10-1. His only losses come by submission, but man, he's got a bunch of knockouts. This is going to be an exciting fight. And it's going down. Let me see if I got the date written down. All right, so Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, Week 7, July 31st. Like I said, Week 7. And then, like I said, CES 50 going down June 15th. So, like, the Ron Stallings fight, that was a good direction for him to go. Did he say that he's going to still be on that card? I don't think so. I believe it's just going to be the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. If I was him, that's what I would look. That's what I would bank. Wait, he did say, I don't want to put my eggs all in one basket. Well, either way, just being on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series and fighting Ron Stallings, man, you're heading in the right direction. You're doing something right. So shout out to Ron. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Ian. Thank you for coming on the show, brother. And we are looking forward to Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series this season, guys. Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, MyMMAnews.com. White knuckles to the end. Behave yourselves.